Hello, scattered sheep, and thank you for tuning in. Today, I'm just testimony. It's just going to be just a short testimony about the most low in his attacks when you become a disciple of the Christ. Now, before I start on that, I want everyone to know that and remember that the Christ lost his life for us. And there's going to come a day in time where you will be tested on different levels. When you start doing his work and you start making God happy, you are declaring war against the ruler of this world. And you really need to let that sink in for a second. You need to let it sink in because he will try his hardest to get you to denounce him. Anything that you enjoy, he'll probably take it away from you. He'll try to turn your light into darkness by using other people, even people that you love, to try to get you to do the wrong thing. I have been pushed to a point where there have been thoughts that have not been mine. I study the Bible, and I pray and all that, because that's what we all should be doing. And, I try to do it on a daily basis, because when I don't, I know that when I don't pray, I'm going to be honest, my day doesn't go so well. When I try to deal with the day and its anxieties on my own, I've learned that when I ask for God's help, things get better one way or the other, even though they may not seem that great. Now, even though I don't have much and everything like that, people have seen this brightness, even though all this darkness is happening and I should be feeling like, dung. You know what I mean? I should be feeling like that, but I don't, because I know that no matter what, the Christ loves me. And he loves everybody else, including the people that want to make me feel like dung. No matter what. It's people that I don't even know. And, the Most Low is so sneaky with it. He uses a particular type of people. And I'm not going to say the particular type of people or even where they're from, but I do reside in the United States. That I will say. And every single time is these particular people attacking me. And when I say particular people, I mean they all look and come from the same nationality. And I refuse to become like the people that want to make me feel like this. I refuse. Because I know the person that I am following, which is the Christ. He was not like that. I don't care what race you think the Christ was. He wasn't like that towards anyone. He just wasn't. So we can't be like that. And because we can't be like that, I have been letting it go on. And no, nobody comes up to me directly. They'll say something on the side. They'll try to they'll reassure themselves that they have more than you by making you feel like nothing. And I've had these people keep doing it to me to the point where it pushed me to an edge. It pushed me to an edge just yesterday where Satan offered me a deal. He offered me a deal. Just like he offered the Christ a deal. He offered the Christ. Y'all remember He offered the Christ. If the Christ would just cast himself off the mountain, he offered him all the nations. How can Satan offer something that's not his? All the nations belong to him. But Yeshua didn't do that. He said, get behind me. I know what I'm here for, and it's going to get done. And that's what I did when the Most Low offered something to me. I had been pushed to the brink in the point where I heard these thoughts. And these thoughts were this: if you taught these women a lesson and just snapped and straight murdered them for the talking crap and being the one to push you right to that edge, when you're at the point where you don't have much of anything, 3 hots in a cot sounds real good. You don't know where anybody's at, or where they at mentally, or how much they have, or how little they have, or are they on the brink of snapping? Are they strong enough? Do they believe in the Christ enough to fight those thoughts? And the offer was this: you may not get any jail time for it. All of a sudden, somebody that doesn't even have a criminal record killed 2 people in one day. I felt like he offered me free education, free medical, free dental, completely free. While if I get any jail time, I get free education when I get out, and get this degree that's going to make me a lot of money off the blood of the people I murdered. And these people that I murdered, supposedly I didn't murder anybody, y'all. Everybody's still living, praise God. But this is what the Most Low was putting in my head. I want you guys, I'm just telling a story. And the people that I killed, I will be successful off their blood, be whipping something nice because of their blood when I got out, be educated and all this other stuff. Same thing with one of them throwing up her privilege in my face. But from her blood, I would have been whipping something nice. But it's because God is not a wicked God. And they probably don't even know the God that I speak of. It's because he is not wicked. They got to see today. That's how bad it was. That's how bad them thoughts were. I love the Christ. I would not hurt anyone. I would not no, because that is ruining a chance for them to make that initial change. Who am I to end their time on this planet because they were being foolish or they were being hateful at the time? They didn't know the Christ at the time. We all have made mistakes that was not, or treated somebody not really well because we didn't know the Christ at the time. Then we find out about the Christ, and then we find out what we did wasn't right. How we treated that person wasn't right according to the Christ. And now that sense of remorse is coming over us and begging for forgiveness, and we must forgive others. So I ended up forgiving the people that have been doing this to me. And also, when I feel a type of way, I am going to speak up. Because if you don't know where somebody mentally is, that means if you are not a mind reader, do not try to come at somebody on some side stuff like they're not going to realize it. You could push. Not everybody knows the Christ, y'all. And even people that know the Christ could renounce the Christ because you made them that mad. You don't even know their spiritual strength now. How strong are they in the Christ, though? You don't know that information. You don't know. You could be the one thing to make that person crack. And they take Satan's offer. And praise God, those two people are living today because of the Christ, someone that they don't even know. Because that was real. But I would never hurt anybody because the Christ didn't hurt anybody. And I'm a disciple of him. And y'all must get prepared for these attacks. Get prepared for humiliation, no matter what. Get prepared for people to hate you for no reason, without cause. You could be nice to them and even have the heart to greet them and you don't like them. But they still may make you feel, may go out of their way to make you feel like nothing. Pray for them. Pray for their deliverance from the wicked one, because that is exactly in my heart what I'm going to do for the ones that do that to me, to insult me. That's what I'm going to do. And I pray that they change their ways, because I decided not to take Satan's offer and give them the time to change their ways, because that was Father Yah. Father Yah wants them to have more time. And who am I to end that time? No one. But I will give it to him and let him deal with their putting someone down that's already rock bottom. That is dangerous. Don't ever do that, because you don't know their spiritual strength. You don't know their mental weakness either. You just don't know that information. And with that being said, scattered sheep, be careful out there. If you're one of them people that sees any type of light, if you're a scattered sheep, you trying to change, please, don't put nobody down. Let's bring each other up. If someone appears that they need help, why don't you help them? Or leave them alone. If you're too afraid to go up and help, and you want to mind your business, that works too.
You never know who you're messing with.
Have a blessed day, scattered sheep, and thank you for tuning in.